Hey guys, Rodney back at you doing this back-to-back video. The mindset for wealth building, tip 67. The thought about it, the thought of it is a solid plan gives you confidence to create wealth. A solid game plan will give you confidence to create wealth. No plan, no wealth. Um, very little, um, very few people uh, create wealth or get wealthy um, by lucking out, winning a lottery, or some wealthy family member left you a gazillion dollars. That's a very few and rarity that happens. It does happen. People do, win the lottery, and some people do have wealthy family members that that pass on and leave them wealth, but that's not the majority. The majority of the people who create wealth are people that have a great game plan. Um, Wealth is available to us all. We just have to move it from where it is to getting it into our pockets, getting it into our accounts. The wealth is already out there. We just got to move it. That's the game plan of moving it from where it is to get it into our hands, getting into our pockets, getting into our accounts so that we can be wealthy. And that's the plan you have to put together in order to move that money, those resources from where it is to where you are. And so you need a great game plan. And so some of us are not well at putting together a game plan. So again, as we talked about before, in partnership, you have to come together sometimes, Napoleon Hill called it the mastermind, mastermind group, before it got everybody that he wanted to build his automobile. He didn't do it. He wasn't an engineer. He didn't know how to do some of that stuff that he wanted done. So he got his team together, came together and planned, and he was able to be successful. And so that's what we have to do, guys. Just come together, understand how I'm going to be able to get the resources from over here to where I am. If that's investing, then that's investing. You need to find a means of investing, finding the right company to invest in, having the resources and all that stuff. But we're talking about, and I'm talking about, is utilizing little bit of resources, combining it with a team, and coming together to be able to become wealthy. And that's the way that we want to do. There's a lot of concepts out there, but the concepts are not complete. And that's why it sounds good, it looks good, but when it's not complete, it's not going to render you what you're looking for. It's not going to take you where it says it will take you, because there are things missing. You need a plan, a well planned out plan, step by step, in how to get to the place that you want to get. And in plans, you make adjustments. That's why they have, halftime in sporting events, where they can say, okay, we had a game plan. Let us regroup, come together, make some adjustments, and then try to win this ball game. And so that's where we are. So as you have a plan, you make tweaks to that plan, but you have an idea how you're going to start, the middle, and the end, and you go about running that plan. And so that's where you get confidence from. That's where your confidence comes from, because you got a written out plan. You have a great idea. You got some people that's going to help you. You got your products. You got this. You know that. You have your market. You know all this stuff. Everything is laid out, and all you have to do is run your plan. Now, if your plan is not solid, because it takes a solid plan, if you're missing something, it's not going to get you to the result that you want. You may have some success, but it may not give you that overall success that you're looking for. It's not going to create that big wealth that you need or looking for to do what you want to do with it. And so we're looking at people that want to create wealth. Not someone who just want to get by, a job or just get you by, but we're talking about someone who want to create wealth, not only for themselves, but for their family and friends, community, to be able to do things outside of themselves using resources that's already there. The wealth is there, guys. It's not like we got to make gold, we got to make silver, we got to print dollars and all that kind of stuff like that. Most of the stuff is already done. We don't even have to come up with a new product. All we got to do is utilize what's already there. And you can take that, run a plan, and get wealthy. You done seen all the infomercials. You done seen all this, do that, whatever the case may be. But the key things that they leave out is how to run that plan. Something is missing, and the big piece that they're missing is the most important. That is, and we talked about it before, is to have that footprint. The people know what you have. You got to have that plan, having all that stuff. You can have all the products, but if you can't get it there, or people don't know you have it, then it's not a complete plan. You got to have a strong plan, well thought out plan, put it together, and then you'll be able to get people to dig into their pockets, to go into their wealth and pay you for something that you have that they want. That's having the plan. And if you can create this plan and have it laid out, and you know exactly how you're going to do it, when you're going to do it, you have a greater chance of moving wealth from over there to where you are. And so that's what we're talking about, guys. Listen to the videos. We're trying to put stuff out there so you can say, okay, I want to have a game plan. Give me a game plan. Give me all the tools that I need in my toolbox, not missing this and missing that. And I don't know what that is because I have no experience. I don't even know what to ask for. I don't even know what tool to ask for because I never worked on it. I never did it before. So I don't even know what to ask for. I'm sitting there dumbfounded because I don't know what I'm doing. You don't want to be left in a situation like that. You want to know what you need from A to Z. You need to map it out. You need to understand it. In that way, you will have a better chance of being successful. If you're going to create wealth, you need a solid game plan. And what you draw from a solid game plan is confidence. You can move into anything if you have a game plan. Win or lose, you can still have confidence in what you're trying to achieve. But when you're clueless, you have no confidence. There is nothing to draw on. You're drawing from the plan that you see, that you laid out and say, yep, if I do this, this is going to happen. Once that happened, this is going to happen. Once that happened, then this happened, then you're going to get to the end result. Why? You feel confident in your plan. And even if you have to change it a little bit, even if you have to mix it up a little bit because things change, situations change. As you go through, you'll learn a little bit more and say, I think I can do this a little better. Let me do it this way other than that way. And then I'll be able to go forward, further down the road. And that's what you want to do. But if you don't have a plan, you just hitting and missing, trying to put it together, not doing your research. You got limited research. We talked about that before. Limited knowledge will keep you broke. I put all this stuff together so we can come together. Can't put it all in one video. But if you put these things together and kind of think about it collectively, like a chapter in a book, it talked about this, talk about this. I'm laying it out, what you need, and have your mind open. So once you see it, once you hear it, once you understand it, then you'll be able to move and say, okay, this is a wonderful plan. I can follow this plan. We follow people's plan all the time. You ever got something, you had to put it together, you looked at the instructions. Sometimes those instructions were horrible. You still had to figure out what you were doing. But once you got so far, you can kind of figure it out. But if you have something step by step by step and it's written out, and you say, yep, this is plausible, this is feasible, I can see it. If I run this play, I got a great chance. There's nothing fail safe. It's always a possibility of something not working. Got this gnat flying around. Sorry, guys, this is aggravating me. But nothing is fail safe. Nothing is so good that nothing can happen, that it's gonna, nothing can go wrong. There's companies that's been around for years. They're no longer around anymore. I don't think J.C. Penney's around anymore. One of those stores, Kmart's not around. I don't even know if you remember that. There's stores that were around earlier in our life, and they were around while we were kids and young adults or whatever, and they're nowhere around. And so it doesn't mean that they didn't have a great game plan. It's just that their game plan was limited. They did not add on to it. They did not make any adjustments. They didn't change with the times. And that your game plan, once you get solidified, you have to have a game plan that will continue to evolve with the times, with the peoples and the thoughts and the ideas. You got to have that if you really just want to continue to be successful. Guys, you got to have a game plan. You have to be a solid game plan to take money from over here to be able to put money in your pockets where you are. Get a game plan, get a team, get some people, put it together, and go where you want to go. This is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm gonna leave a link there and talk. It's gonna talk just in general about a company. Not gonna have the name, just in general of the concept of what to look for. A game changer. You're not going to have details. The details are going to come a little bit later. You have all the details. But as I'm talking to you, I'm letting you know now the things that I looked for, that I needed to have in order to know that success is just around the corner. If I'm talking about those things and this company don't have it, I wouldn't even be talking about it. I wouldn't even be involved. Take what I'm saying, look at what we're talking about, look at anything that you're thinking about looking at. If you look at these videos, keep it to heart. And if something is missing, if there's something missing out of your toolbox and is having you to do something that you know that you're not good at, and they just say, well, just keep trying. Like I told you, if they ask for that list, run. If they talk about family and friends, run, because that's not going to be enough to sustain you. That's not going to happen. You have to have a liable tool that's going to get people in front of your product. You need a plan to have that. If you're missing any of those things, if you don't have the market, if you don't have the product, if you don't have the footprint, if you don't have this and that, in order for you to be successful, it's missing something. If you cannot fill in the gap, then you won't be successful. And that's why so many people are not successful, because they're running somebody else's plan and their plan is not solid and complete. Get a solid game plan and you'll create wealth. Till the next video, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you at the next video.